Hello and welcome, ladies and gentlemen, to round number 9 for the Austrian Grand Prix Season 2. We have just joined Red Bull Racing this race, and we are now officially a Red Bull driver. We replace Max Verstappen. Now, the reason why I did a mid-season move, in Season 2 is because I wanted to replace Pierre Gasly at Red Bull, because he wasn't doing great. We were constantly outracing our teammate, and I felt like we were doing a better job than Pierre Gasly, and I wanted to move to Red Bull for that simple fact. But we didn't replace Gasly, we replaced Verstappen. I don't know why that was the case, even though Verstappen should be the number 1 driver at Red Bull. It doesn't quite all add up, but I guess, you know, we now have to race alongside Gasly. Yeah, it's quite awkward, because we replaced a man who we didn't want to replace and wanted to be our teammate, and we've joined the man who we didn't want to be our teammate, and we've replaced the man who is better off in the championship. So, yeah. But, either way, we're now a Red Bull driver, so we've got to live with it, at least for the next 4 races, before our next contract review. So we'll see how things go at Red Bull. Hopefully they go well, and hopefully we can have a good time at Red Bull. It's our first qualifying session with Red Bull, and let's get underway. And at a circuit where I'm usually very good at in the past, it should be a pretty easy session to get through here, so I've got no concerns really about anything.
Okay, let's go.
We're a Red Bull driver, so really, we shouldn't have any difficulties. So we're gonna go out nice and early, get in the lap, do the lap, get it done, change one of our components already, and yeah, just have a good time in this Red Bull car, and see what happens. So obviously Austria, a circuit I know well, a circuit I quite enjoy coming to. It's always one of them circuits on this game that seems to suit the player reasonably well. So yeah, it's certainly one of them circuits. But it should be quite easy to get through to Q2 here in the Red Bull car. Shouldn't have any major difficulties, being that we've got quite good horsepower, we've got very good chassis and aerodynamics. So yeah, it should be quite a nice car to drive, hopefully. And we've still got half the season left, so effectively our championship starts now, if we can certainly get off to a good start here. So let's go up into turn 1. Bit late on the DRS. Let's try and cover the rest of the lap. Taking a bit of a late apex. Now down the hill into turn 3. So through the final part of the lap, got a Ferrari in front, the Mercedes behind me. Good through there. We're the cleanest lap in the world, but where will it put us? It takes us to the top of the timesheets for now. Bottas in second, so I think that should be us safely through. But yeah, that was a good lap time, a 1:05, not bad. So yeah, obviously we'll make sure we're out of the way for our former teammate Alex Albon. And the man, by the way, who replaced me at, by the way, Toro Rosso was Antonio Giovinazzi. So Antonio Giovinazzi's in the Red Bull program, by the way, now. So obviously we've got to prove why I feel like we've come to Red Bull. As us 4 Red Bull cars are out on track, so we've got to sort of prove why I feel this weekend we've been promoted to the Red Bull senior team. So right now we're on top. Obviously this circuit is usually a circuit that does suit the player over the AI, so you know, don't expect every race to be like this one, but you know, as I say, we got to prove why I feel like we've been promoted to the Red Bull team, and I want to win this race. And not, you know, it's not we've got to win it, but I want to win it. I really, really want to win this race, kick my season with Red Bull racing, with this team off to a good start. And yeah, so we're going to change one of our units, our energy store unit. That needs changing, so that'll take 9 minutes, so we will have time anyway to get out if we need to. I doubt we will. But yeah, right now Devon Butler's putting the fastest lap right now, only by 0.93, so very small margins there, but we're already 2/10 ahead of my teammate. I feel like obviously there's a lot more time though to come anyway, so we're P3, so we should be safely through. I'm not going to go out for a second lap here in this session, so yeah, we're safely through. P5, 4/10 off the pace then there of Valtteri Bottas, who's gone back out on a set of the soft tyre. Is there any like major people out? So Antonio Giovinazzi in his first outing for the Toro Rosso team, P19 then there. Alex Albon 13th, so not a great day in the office for the Toro Rosso drivers indeed. Then there, so obviously, yeah. I think though this season, by the way, our biggest goal has to be to really probably try and hunt down the constructors. I feel like we've got time to do that. I feel like the drivers is way too far gone now, but certainly constructors, I feel like there is time to get the constructors, like so long we can have good races in the next few races. So right, second session now, so we've got 2 sets of tyres for this one, and we'll use them. So yeah, we've sort of got time to sort of go twice in this session. We might as well, when you got the time on your side, you might as well use it. It's only a short lap here, very short out lap, a very short in lap as well. So obviously it does mean like you do tend to get this scenario where you sort of don't have any pressure on you. So up the hill. So, obviously, got the Honda engine in the back of this car, just like I had before, so obviously, engine-wise, isn't any different still more or less the same. Alright, so you're gonna now prepare to start the lap. So these are whatever set of tyres we go on for a race, we will start on the softest compound regardless. So again, not getting the best entry or exit through turn 1. So turn 2. Down the next DRS straight. Gone a bit wide there. So let's see what this Q2 time is. We rag it around the final corner. It's going to be a 1:05.4, so small improvement between our Q1 and Q2 lap time. Not much, but certainly is a bit of improvement. I still think there's more time in the first sector though. So right now we sit in P1 again, so provisional pole for the second time in our career in the Red Bull. So things are looking pretty okay right now. We're doing a fairly okay job. So we'll go out towards the end of the session now. I feel like we just need to get the turn in right. So Gasly goes second, so we're beating our teammate, which is good, obviously, I feel. Like, obviously, to beat your teammate is what you want. If you can be on top of your teammate, that's always encouraging. For the first outing, so obviously though, pole position is what I expect around here. I honestly feel like, and a race win is what I honestly expect. Considering last season I think we finished 5th around here, and we weren't even in the quickest car. There's no reason why we can't get pole, there's no reason why we can't win the race. So yeah, we've got 10 minutes though now till the next part. So we're getting a bit better and better every single lap. So again, we're out qualified by 2/10 here. So obviously we will go for a second lap here to sort of up the ante. Now it's a very short lap, so you don't have to go around the 2-minute mark. You need to start needing to go around the 1:30 as your cut-off if you want to get out. So obviously we're going for our second lap, of course. So Butler on provisional pole, we're in P4 right now. We don't have to go for a second lap, however I do fancy one. So obviously first time we're in the Red Bull racing car in a qualifying session, as we will hopefully progress through to Q2. I meant Q3. So I want to save these tyres, treat them like a qualifying set. Hamilton's on the edge of being knocked out here. So Hamilton certainly needs to go again. Right, we've certainly treated our tyres a bit more gentle on the outlap. Let's go. So every single lap so far we've made just a tiny bit of improvement. A bit wide through there. Down the hill now. Oh, we've spun. That's our lap over. So we'll finish this session. It will get us through to Q3 anyway, our first lap, but I've not really got a great lap in yet. A lap where I could go, that was a brilliant lap. That's all right. Like, we've got in an okay lap. A lap's good enough to go through, but we haven't got in anything spectacular, despite being in the Red Bull, where I feel that lap really deserved anything special. So P6 then there in Q2, out-qualified by our teammate, only just. I think we would have finished on top if it wasn't for the spin midway through, but neither here or there. We did spin, so... Any big names out in Q2? Not really, no. So everyone more or less through that you'd expect to go through. Albon, my former teammate, is out. P12 though he'll start, so shows he's got good pace, which is encouraging for the Toro Rosso team. That obviously... I left, obviously, in hope to partner Max Verstappen at Red Bull, even though we partnered Pierre Gasly. But anyway, so we now enter the final segment of qualifying. So we've got 2 laps now to come. And of course, we've got 2 crucial laps for hopefully what could be our very first pole position in Formula 1. So, if there's a circuit where I want to get pole, it's here. Especially in our debut for Red Bull. And in all honesty, I don't know whether any Red Bull driver has taken pole position on their debut. I don't think they have. I think the closest a driver's come to taking pole on their debut is Daniel Ricciardo at his home Grand Prix, so pretty sure that's the closest anyone's come to pole position at their home Grand Prix back in 2014 for Red Bull, but I don't think anyone's taken pole position on their debut. Max Verstappen's taken a race win on his debut weekend in the Red Bull, but he certainly didn't take pole position. Alright, so we're gonna up now the car engine. Here we go then. Out of the final corner, up into turn 1. Got a bit wide, again doing that twice now. Does 16-1 through the first sector. Downhill. And through turn 3, now coming into turn 4. This is where we spun on our last lap in Q2. So good middle sector, I feel. So it's all carrying down to the last sector. Bit wide. But that's okay. So there will go fast. This will bust into the 104.
Good job.
Brilliant stuff. So we've broken the 105 mark. We've really speed up here. I didn't even feel that was a great lap. I still feel like there's more time to come from the car, especially in the first sector. It's obviously very marginal gains here, but right now that's provisional pole position then there.
There's only one lap of fuel remaining.
So 104.8 is the time to beat right now. As we lie currently on pole position from Lewis Hamilton, who will knock out the front row. So it's myself from a 5-time champion, but currently in the game he's only a 4-time champion. No, he is a 5-time champion, sorry. Okay, he won the 2018 championship, didn't he? Forgot about that. But either way, so 2 5-time champions on the grid. I was going on season 1 sort of stuff. Vettel now is a 5-time champion in the game currently, as well. He won the season 1 championship. Currently slightly behind in the championship to his teammate Leclerc, who could become champion this season, of course, if he keeps his performances up. But of course, with us now involved, we effectively could change the order and the pecking order if we have good races. Like, effectively, we could affect the outcome of the championship. But yeah, as I say, there is time in that first sector. 100%. It's the last sector and the middle sector where we made up the most time. So obviously we'll go out probably with 150 to go. So we'll go out probably in about 5 or 10 seconds.
So far is a 1 minute 4.8.
So we're gonna go, I think, now.
All set.
So this is going to be the final lap we do. We're currently, I believe, on provisional pole, so things are looking good. They're looking certainly okay. They're looking pretty PG for us. And this is our final lap. So whatever we do now, we can't, you know, do any more. Like, we can't go slower, we can't go faster. I believe Eber's on the outlap as well. Yeah, he is. He's got to be. No way he'd be pushing right now. I don't look like a push lap. So obviously, we currently lay on provisional pole from our teammate, who's certainly down the order, or further down the order, but Hamilton's in second, Leclerc's third, so it's Red Bull, Mercedes, Ferrari right now. So let's try and hook up this lap to perfection. Let's try and, for once and for all, nail turn 1.
Keep it up.
That was a better run through there. And we are gaining time in this first sector. So we have gained certainly time in the first sector, only marginal. So also gaining small amount of time in the middle. Finally enjoying that middle sector. That was a nice middle sector. Goes slightly wide at the final corner. It's going to cost us time, but it don't matter because we take our first pole position, so it doesn't really matter. We were improving. We improved in the first and middle, but it weren't enough in the last. But neither here or there, we are on pole for the first time. And we become also the first Red Bull driver to take pole in the first race of our career with Red Bull Racing. So what a way to kick off our Red Bull Racing career. It wasn't the prettiest pole, I'm not going to lie, but it was enough. 2 tenths. I knew we were quick around here, but we massively outqualify our teammate by half a second. That's a statement and a half to make on our first outing as a Red Bull driver. So this is how the grid will line up, certainly for the top 5. So I'll be on pole, Bottas second, Leclerc third, fourth is Lewis Hamilton, and fifth Devon Butler for Williams. So it's certainly an interesting lineup. Maybe not quite so much for the top 4. I guess it's a bit of obviously a surprise for others to see us up there. Maybe it's certainly different, but yeah.
How are you finding things at your new team? Are you settling in? Appreciate your time.
So obviously just getting some good comments there. You know, just saying the car's a breath of fresh air, which it really is actually in some sense to a degree, because obviously we've sort of had, I'd say, quite a nice time at Toro Rosso. We've earned our money, I feel like. We've done quite well. We had a good season last season. We've had a okay season this season with Toro Rosso. You know, and I feel like we do deserve to be in a top team, and we've just proven it there. Like, we've outqualified everyone by 2 tenths of a second. Okay, yes, it's not a huge margin in the world, and it weren't the best session. We didn't really, I don't feel, nailed any lap, but we did, okay,
that was a good
perform very well. Like, we did qualify on the front of the grid, and that is what counts. So yeah, so we'll lead away the formation lap here, in the Red Bull for the first very time. I've never done a formation lap, I don't think, in the lead anyway, on this game, so obviously it'll be probably the same as the last game, but yeah. So that's the strategy. It's going to be a dry race, thankfully. So for our debut race as a Red Bull driver, we lead the field away.
But we need to learn the gears, so go into each one when you can. We're going to need some work on the brakes, so put some energy into them, and warm the tyres as well, please.
So we're leading the field away here for our first ever race as a Red Bull driver. And literally, it's quite different leading the field away, because there's literally no one in front of me. Like, it's very unusual, like, it's a very odd experience. Usually, being in the Toro Rosso, like, you be following rather than leading.
Radar is clear. Weather is looking good for now.
So yeah, things are obviously going to be still close. I reckon the race will be quite close. So that's our tyre warm-up done. Hopefully we've got the tyres in an okay position where we can go racing here. Now our gearbox is pretty worn, so hopefully it will last this race. Like, we don't get new power units, by the way. We only get the ones Max Verstappen had. So, first race in the Red Bull racing car.
The The rest of the grid is forming up. Be patient and watch for the lights.
Can we do what Max did in 2016, win the first race of his career? But we will do it at Austria, at the Red Bull Ring. Lights out and away we go then for the start of the Austrian Grand Prix here at the Red Bull Ring. We still lead as we come through turn 1 as the crowd goes wild. I would have suspected then to see a Red Bull lead out of turn 1. This is what these lot came here to see mainly, is a Red Bull win the Austrian Grand Prix at the Red Bull Ring. So lap 1, obviously not too much. We're leading Leclerc from Bottas, who's in 3rd. So not really too much to commentate on, except our driving at the moment. And we're leading by okay margin. Gone a bit deep there.
We're in a good position.
So we're leading by half a second over Charles Leclerc. So lap 1 now done, so we can now go on to lap 2, and we've just set the fastest lap, of course, because we come round first, and we have a shorter run to the top corner. So we're obviously, quite honestly, controlling this race right now. We're not feeling threatened by anyone, like, even though I'm pretty sure the Ferrari is on my tail. So, lap number 2, car feels quite fine. We're obviously pulling out now the gaps to the midfield group. So our pace is good.
That was the fastest lap of the race.
Lewis Hamilton now does the fastest lap, so Lewis Hamilton will take that point away from us. Now this is one thing we will have.
By about 3/10 a lap.
We will be able to compete for the fastest lap, obviously, of the race now. In races as well, so that's one extra point if we can get that fastest lap. So Lewis Hamilton certainly already now got that extra point off us. So we've got about a second lead now already over Charles Leclerc, so we've broken the DRS range effectively. So 2 tenths slower that time round on lap number 3.
Increase ERS deployment. It's time to use some of this charge.
So engine in telling me to increase the ERS, however I am not going to do that, as I feel that could, you know, compromise our race. So Bottas now up into second place, chasing me down. But right now we've had it quite easy up to this point. Right now, I would say, like, we've not really struggled much. Like, it's just about, you know, yes, going fast as we can, but also about keeping the car on the track, I feel right now. And we're 2.5 seconds clear of Valtteri Bottas in the Mercedes, so that is looking quite healthy. Touching the grass there, so pace is pretty solid right now. 3 tenths off the pace that time, or slower than our fastest. Obviously, lap times, because of tyre degradation, may fall quite rapidly here. So, Hamilton now back into the podiums. Leclerc must have got DRS. Hamilton now up into third. Leclerc into second again, so yeah. Leclerc must have got DRS then there. And we're pulling away certainly very nicely right now. And we're having quite a race where we can almost enjoy and protect stuff right now. So we're not really being troubled right now up front. We're 3.2 seconds clear. And it's lap 5 right now. So yeah, things are looking okay. So that time we're second off our best lap time, but
about 3/10 a lap.
In all honesty, that's okay right now. We don't have to push right now too much. We've got a lead in this race, and it's been pretty comfortable up till now. Hamilton now just overtaken Leclerc, getting back, so getting pretty frosty behind myself here for the lead, or for, sorry, second place, not the lead, but I guess for the lead to battle me, or try and
To manage this, we'll need
come
to
at
lower
me.
our ERS deployment mode.
Hamilton now up to second, so the man with the fastest lap time is now into the podium position and is in second place. So yeah, Bottas battling, I believe, with Charles Leclerc over what is right now third.
Approaching the pit window, you'll be on the mediums.
But Leclerc will want to get back at Hamilton here, I would have thought. The times are now dropping away quite rapidly. And Leclerc now battling with Hamilton for what is now second place. So yeah, we're cruising to victory here.
Right, we have a very worn out MG UK. Our battery charge speed is suffering, and if it gets much worse, we could be forced to retire.
So MG UK apparently not good. Ain't that bad. Jeez, 55% more concerned actually about the gearbox right now. I would be if I was you guys. So we're almost at our first round of pit stops. So we're just now coming up to the halfway point. We're 5 seconds ahead of everyone, you could say. Gearbox is quite worn. 4.5 now is the gap. Leclerc's, I feel, bridging a gap now also to Lewis Hamilton, so we're about 6 seconds ahead of Hamilton. But yeah, so far in this race it's been a pretty comfortable affair for us so far. Whether or not that's gonna change at all in the second half, I'm not sure, but it's been so far very comfortable for us. We're 7 seconds ahead of Hamilton, 5 seconds ahead of Charles Leclerc. Like, we're quite honestly in very good shape here.
Hit this lap, so push now.
Let's find out how far ahead we are of our teammate. Teammate status.
Gap to teammate behind is 11.4 seconds. They're on old softs. They're in 10th. The time last lap was a 1:09.
So our teammate is basically... Whoa! We've lost the car. That's the first time I think we've lost the car in this race, we'll use just one flashback today. Because it's been a very solid race up to here. I don't see why we should lose it right now. Like, we've done really nothing wrong. Like, we haven't
Battery charges high.
made
Let's
any
increase the
mistakes.
deployment
Okay,
on
yes,
the
we sort of got a bit lazy, I would say, there. More than anything. But otherwise, we haven't done
Pit now.
anything wrong. So in we come, first stop of the day. Very good, 2 seconds. A very good stop.
Pit strategy complete. See these tyres through to the end now.
Ooh, brushing the wall then there. That was a bit close for comfort. So yeah, we've more or less come out 3 seconds behind our teammate right now, which is okay. So not too dissatisfied with that. Like, we've more or less, well, that means our teammate's already a pit stop behind me in our first race.
Gearbox wear. Try to keep your number of shifts to a minimum.
So yeah. Now this is the part where Jeff is saying we basically are almost on the edge of losing a gear, you could say. I would say we will lose a gear at some point now this race. It's 100%. You could almost confirm it.
Pierre is in the pits.
So, Pierre's in the pits. We are obviously going to retake the lead of the race. Pretty simple, and that's us back up into first position. Again, well ahead of everyone else right now in the lead of this race. So, yeah, we got a very good lead. Said too many gots there. Down the hill now. So 6 seconds ahead of Leclerc. That was our fault. That was 100% our fault. Oh well. That's the second mistake we've done today. Like, yeah. Otherwise, we've had a very strong race. Like, you can just see, like, our lead is basically, I think, the answer today. Nothing else, really. This is how strong we've had a race. 6.8 seconds up the road. Our teammates a pit stop behind. Can say we're, you know, right now cruising to victory. Okay, we may have a gearbox issue later on in this race, but we're right now cruising to the victory. There's really nothing more that can be said. Like, we haven't put really a foot wrong. Yes, okay, yeah, we've used 2 flashbacks, but we're cruising right now to victory. Like,
increase the ERS deployment.
When you're 7 seconds ahead, there's no doubt in my mind that you've had a brilliant race. And that's fastest lap, so there we go. Not just doing well, but we're doing extra well now, so we got a point. Let's try and just cement that point for good measure. Oh dear, a bit deep. Let's hopefully though cement it and hopefully just confirm this point. Hot lap mode is activated.
There's 5 laps of fuel remaining.
We've not been particularly outstanding in the first sector. Very marginal there. Did we carry more speed through there? I don't think we did, but I don't know. Let's see. No. Gonna go again, try and... Right, that time we were good. That was good. Get minimal wheel spin there, which is good. Down the hill, get the turn in, get the car turned. Not quite how I'd like to come off that corner. Kind of snapped a little bit. But we're half second up, so this
Reduce the
is, I say, the lap where we can feel a bit more confident. I don't see anyone now doing that, as we can now turn down the battery, so I feel like that is 100% the fastest lap now. And we've still got all our gears left, surprisingly. We haven't lost a gear yet. Hopefully that will remain the case till the end of this race, because right now things are looking good. So, lap 15, obviously we've done the fastest lap just last lap, so we're getting one extra point, which will come our way quite nicely and be very much welcomed. But even with no ERS mixture, we're still pulling out a lead. We're 9.8 seconds ahead of everyone else, which is quite honestly incredible. Just shows how well we've done so far this race. 10.2 seconds, wow. And we're not using any ERS mixture right now, like, so yeah, performance wise in a straight line just won't be as great. But we've done a very good job today. Teammate status.
We're leading our teammate by 19.4 seconds. They're on
Wow,
mediums.
my
They're in
teammate
eighth.
miles.
The time last lap was a 1 minute 8.3.
My teammate is miles behind me. He is absolutely having a shocking race. So we're like doing polar opposites right now. We can turn back up our ERS. I may actually try and save a bit of fuel, because right now our gearbox seems to have lost.
Let's use some of this energy.
So let's save fuel, and we may go for a second fastest lap at the end of this race, if possible. I think it is possible. It's about saving fuel. So we're literally 1 lap away from victory. We've made 2 errors today. In qualifying we made a few errors, but in the race, more or less, we have been flawless. Let's try and cement that with a final lap, which hopefully can become the fastest lap of the race. So this is literally it. So through turn 1, not the greatest turn. Then getting a bit of grass also for good measure, but we have done a better first sector, only by a small margin. Well, I think that's the end of our last lap, fastest lap hope sort of thing. We'll now just bring the car home. Whew. That scared me a little bit. I thought that could have been the race over quite easily. Luckily, we've saved it. But yeah. Oh well. So, we're still going to come home though in a very, very good position. Through the final corner we come to take the Austrian Grand Prix, but our first career win, and our first career win with Red Bull Racing. We become the second Red Bull driver in history to take a win on our debut. Only Max Verstappen is the other driver to do so. But what a race. Brilliant race, brilliant car. Absolutely brilliant. The car was phenomenal. So that is literally another race win at the Red Bull Ring.
How do you think they were able to set themselves apart today?
And we were phenomenal in that race. So that's the first time we'll pick up 25 points. And in fact, it'll be 26 because we got the fastest lap. So, yeah. Of course, that's always good. Vettel coming home 5th. He'll lose ground once more in the championship.
It's clear to see that they put in the work, and they should be proud of the victory they secured.
So, yeah.
Here.
It's a very good race win. First time our man on the top of the podium. And the champagne spraying for us, which is a fantastic result. Hamilton 3rd, Leclerc in 2nd, so good result for them too.
Let's see how the
as well.
Standings have changed.
But
Charles Leclerc
we also take the fastest point, or fastest lap point.
Even further with this result. After an incredible day of racing, who was your driver of the day, Ant?
So yeah, very good.
Today. Nothing you could construe as showboating, just an incredibly consistent performance out on track.
It's time to check out the constructors' standings. Our championship leaders retain their position, but their lead is shrinking. And with that, we wrap up another weekend of motorsport. But with
there is your race result.
With more Formula One.
So the 2 Haas score points today. Alfa Romeo had a good race, very good race, indeed. But Antonio Giovinazzi comes home ahead of Albon, who obviously started higher up the grid in P11. So Giovinazzi, what a race from him in his debut for Toro Rosso. So he outraced his teammate, not by much, only a second splitting, well, less than a second splitting the two, but still, that's a very good result. Now looking at the standings, we move up into 10th position after that, with taking that fastest lap point as well. Gasly will remain in 5th, but obviously now we are obviously looking good to take that obviously away from Gasly, who is only, what, less than 30 points ahead, 29 points ahead. Okay, yes, it's a race win and 4 points, but, you know, it's doable. It's now doable. In terms of championship, we're still quite far ahead and behind, Charles Leclerc, who's in 1st, 18 points now ahead of Vettel, who's in second, but 140 points is a gap to Leclerc, so we have closed 7 points then there, or 8 points actually, which is good. In terms of a gap though to Ferrari, it still stands at a very huge 130 points, as we continue our battle with Mercedes as a team. But yeah, it's very good though still, that race result. So very, very happy. That's our first win, but not only just a win, we took a grand slam, you could argue there. We didn't just win, but we won well. We took the fastest lap, pole position, and the race win. So that's a grand slam. So yeah, that's very, very good.
You took the top points today. Was it a comfortable win?
Was it comfortable? Yes, it was.
Well, looks like your luck has changed. Things went a lot better than last weekend, didn't they?
Sure.
Are you missing your old team?
Not really.
Appreciate your time.
Because obviously Red Bull's still part of the Toro Rosso team, so I don't think if you're a Red Bull driver or a Toro Rosso driver, it makes really too much of a difference. You still see the same mechanics, because you more or less share the same, what do you call it, facilities. You share the same hub, sort of thing. Still, anyway, very, very good race then. First race done, and that was an awesome race.
Great work this weekend. It was fantastic to see you up on
Absolutely awesome.
Looks like both your rivals have also been invited to a historical event.
So
this could be a good opportunity.
Yeah, first race down, and we've done a very, very good job, I would have to say. For Red Bull, we did what I would say a very, very solid performance. We didn't really put too much wrong, like, yeah, you know, so obviously credit where it's, I think, due. Like, we have to be proud of that, because we did a very good job in our first race weekend for the team. Like, yeah, we did a very, very good job indeed, so we got to be very proud of them, of that result. We'll now move forward to Britain, Silverstone. We're going to use the wheel for this weekend, so I'm going to put down the AI difficulty to 80%. We're going to try and do a bit of a different tactic. We're going to bring a extra set of the mediums to this circuit, in hope maybe we can qualify on the mediums in Q2 rather than the softs, obviously. So, yeah, obviously that will come out on Monday. I had to do this video today because obviously I felt like if I didn't do it, obviously, you know, it wouldn't feel like we've started our Red Bull career. So I felt like we had to do it, and we were obligated to do it more than anything.
So what have you got against practice sessions? Even if you're confident in your setup, these sessions are still useful for development data.
So we now move into second in the performance charts, as all them upgrades have come through quite nicely then there. So we're not going to make too many upgrades at the moment, sort of thing. We will probably wait a little bit before making any further upgrades. I want to really probably, if I'm going to actually make any upgrades, I want to make an upgrade there and probably here. I feel like that's the best place to make upgrade, because right now we're sort of in this phase where I want to unlock paths to everything. So yeah, if we can unlock the path to everything, then yeah, you know, that's obviously good for us as a team. Like, whereas, you know, if we don't unlock the paths, then yeah, it's not so good. But in terms of our base reliability, it's quite good, obviously, this car, so not bad, obviously. So yeah, so just having a look at our driver details, there we go. So we've done the fastest lap and we've only got 4 of them in our career so far. So, but the fourth one is the one that counts as literally earning ourselves a point. So, in the championship. So, that's the first time, you know, we can actually say for once. We've got 65 points now in our career, by the way, so yeah, pretty good that is, obviously, for us. 65 points, that's the first time we've got over the 50 mark, so yeah. And obviously, that is good, like, you know. We're now officially a Red Bull driver, and we won our first race. I feel like we proved to ourselves we are ready for this now race, like to become a Red Bull driver. I don't feel like we're now unrealistically not ready. So yeah, we're certainly now ready as a Red Bull driver to be where we are. We're fulfilling new shoes, so yeah, we're certainly ready 100% now. So yeah. If you've enjoyed this video and for the race win, and if you've enjoyed this race win, give it a like, the video, subscribe if you're new to the channel, leave it a thumbs up, of course, all the rest, all the malarkey, you know. Obviously, click the bell icon, you know, and many thanks, and we are now a Red Bull driver, we are now a race winner as well, which I can say, we've won our first race as a Red Bull driver, we've won our first race, you know, in Formula 1, and we've won we've got our first pole position in our first outing as Red Bull drivers. So yeah, we've now obviously done quite far. We're quite more now the veteran driver, I would have said, you know. So yeah, see you all next time for another video for what will be the British Grand Prix, the Silverstone Grand Prix, of course, our home race as a engine team sort of thing, because obviously we are well, Red Bull are based in Milton Keynes, which is only no more than 30 minutes down the road. So yeah, you know, obviously 30 minutes isn't that long. So see you all next time for another video of F1 2018. I'm your host Julian, see you all next time.